Howdy, folks. What's going on? This is the Outlaw Hatfield here with you once again on a Thursday night. I hope everybody is doing okay, doing well, happy to be alive. It's going to be a big week coming up. Shot shows, next weekend? And we got a bunch of the guys from gun channels heading out that way. It'd be interesting to see what they come up with. Can't wait to see the videos from there. Um, Before we go any further, let's see who we got hanging around on the gun channel side here. We've got Smeggy, Raphael. How you doing, Raphael? Too hotty. I sent you a link. Scott, how you doing? Tack Daddy, how you doing, Tack? I got you a link out there too if you want to come in here. John Z, John, you playing double duty tonight, aren't you, buddy? Ted
Uh, somebody's got
and
to keep
DF
things on the
Too
ball.
hot. Yeah. Well, you're good about that. And over on the YouTube side, John, Grim, and John, you just everywhere tonight. Let's see who else we got out there. Kalishnikov. Just love this guy's name. And we have a Travi, of course. How you doing, Travis? Uh, are you Travis 3 or 4? I can't keep up anymore. Maybe he's Travis 15. Hey, how you doing, Clover Tech? Clover, I've sent you an invite to the Gun Channel's messenger. If you want to jump on in here, Jasmine, how you doing, buddy? So, no, okay, you're Travis 3. Well, I guess Travis 3 is more important than Travis 4. Or do you, Travi, even have ranking systems? I don't know.
The Travi are just one collective.
Yeah,
They're a
they're all
hive
One
mind.
collect. Yeah, it's all scary, is what it all is.
they just multiply.
Uh, yeah, I know, man. They're coming out of the woodwork. Oh well, Kalish, it's a classic name, and it goes right along with hopefully some of the conversations we're going to be having tonight. We're going to get into some firearm talk tonight. We've been all over the board here lately, so I figured tonight we're going to settle it down and get on to a gun topic, which is basically what brought us all to the table here. Firearms, guns. But before we do that, we're just going to talk to introduce my guests so far. We have John Z. How you doing, John?
Hey, folks. Glad everybody could join us
Well,
tonight.
that's my line.
Giddy
See,
up.
I bring you in here and you steal my shit. Not good, man. Not good. It's okay.
Giddy.
It's okay. I'll get over it. I assure you. And we have, of course, Death himself, Grim. How are you doing, Grim?
Good. How's everybody doing? Glad to be here.
I have a question for you, Grim.
One.
What does the 90 stand for?
Oh, come on. That is a good one,
Yeah,
isn't it?
I've often wondered what's the 90 all about.
So, what do you think? Let's play 20
Uh,
questions here. Oh, maybe not 20
yeah. Well,
questions.
Is it a
I'll play along. I will play along. The day you were born.
I wish.
90?
Oh
There
I
aren't
well.
even
wish.
one. Well, okay, I got a
Well,
question for you. What month has 90 days?
What month?
He said
none.
that was the day you were born.
Oh.
All you said was 90.
No,
I
I
was
meant
like,
the
wait a
year.
minute.
The year. Okay.
I wish. Ooh.
Yeah. So do I.
I think a lot of us wish we were born in 90.
You got that right.
I will say this. I remember the year 1980.
I can tell
So
you,
I barely
yes, I remember 1980. It
yeah.
I
says,
barely remember January 17th.
I like Clover's response. He said, it's the average age at which most people see the Reaper.
Oh God.
Yeah, well, uh-huh.
Yeah, and he is pretty close too.
Oh, Clover,
That is
stop being
that
so
is about the
grim.
average age.
Yeah.
Oh,
Clover,
come on.
stop being so grim.
What are we
I'm trying to
talking about
avoid.
tonight? That's going to be your
I,
hint. Your hint is what are we talking about tonight?
90. What does 90 have? Mac 90.
No.
Yeah. Just throwing something out there.
A lot simpler. Kalishnikov.
Simpler than that.
Yeah.
Hmm. Well, I must be real slow tonight because I haven't figured it out yet here.
Oh, it doesn't
Oh,
have
John?
anything to do with an FN, does it?
No.
Okay.
You made me
Apparently,
think. You were close. That word was good. That first word was good.
It.
No, come on. It.
the first word was good.
The first.
It doesn't have anything to do with an FN.
No.
That's what he said. Hmm.
Okay, give us another hint. Come on. We're not that smart.
Another hint. Um, it is why most of us are together.
Hormones?
Where did you get
Hormones.
hormones from?
That's
Wait a
that's
minute.
pretty good.
I don't want to know where we're going with that. Well, Travis
Yeah,
is
yeah.
pretty close. I don't know if he said just a fun gun.
Uh,
Uh,
just a fun. No, I think he said fucking gun.
oh,
Yeah. I think that's what he meant to say.
maybe.
It doesn't
He
have
would,
anything to do. It doesn't have anything to do with the Rough Rider, does it?
no rough riding here.
Okay. That is not what I
You
said.
got your mind in the gutter tonight, don't you, John?
That is not what I said.
You have your mind in the gutter tonight, apparently.
Well, that's what you get from trying to attempting to teach a health class to a bunch of kids whose hormones are raging. You'd be surprised at the questions.
No, I
But
wouldn't. Not at all. Not at
let
all.
me see,
Because you see,
Jelma.
I remember health class, and I remember I was, what the thoughts that came through my head as I was taking this class. And no, we're not going to discuss those here.
All right, I think
I
we all give
I
up,
try to
don't
keep
we? Let me see.
I try to keep my show at
Oh,
least
okay,
PG-13
I
anyway.
got one more guess.
All right.
Is it a 4590?
No.
Okay, I give up.
No.
Mm.
90 is the year. I can give you that hint.
That's a bad hint.
Yeah.
Jelsma
98.
says,
Oh, it's a clean gun pair.
Okay, FNP90. How about
So
that?
no, that's well, he's getting closer. And I'll just say it. It was the year I bought my first rifle
"Oh,
because
nice."
we got screwed. I remember going
You
into
bought
high
your first.
school and them signing that, and I'm like, you motherfuckers! Just when I was so close to buy some good shit.
Mm.
That was the first year I bought a rifle that I'd been waiting for, and they screwed us, a couple of years before. So,
Yeah, well,
you always remember your first one.
oh, always. The first gun I ever bought with my own money
Exactly.
was a single shot New England 12 gauge. And shooting this thing was like, pulling the trigger on an elephant gun. But I loved it. I did. It was the first, and what was
See
your
you.
first gun other than John?
But what's the number 10?
See, this is a trick question here. What was your first gun, John?
Smith & Wesson number 10, 38.
What?
See?
Smith & Wesson number 10, 38.
Wow, I'm impressed. A guy from New
Well,
York
I had to give it back.
owning a
I had to give
38.
it back, unfortunately.
Oh, man.
You know, if you stole it, that ain't exactly buying it.
Yeah.
And if
I,
you
I
had,
wish
if
that
you
was the
had to,
case. I would have made sure the
if you
person
had,
would
if
have
you had to
given
give
it
it
back.
back, I'm assuming you borrowed it from somebody without them knowing.
No, it
Oh,
was for my
oh,
job.
okay.
Oh, for work. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
I remember with my own money, it costed me a whole $86 back then. Was my Marlin
How
Model
much?
60, and I still had $86.
That much?
Yeah.
Damn.
I'm in Illinois. They charge everything here, even back then.
I,
You,
You know,
I
man,
think I
they
paid like
took you to the
60 for that
cleaners.
shotgun.
hey, you know what? Everything else, I remember at that time it was that where I was going to get the 1022, but the 1022 was like $150. And, when you're a broke kid, basically, I was like, oh, I'll take that one. And, oh, I remember I went in, signed it. We had to do it 24 hours back then. And let me tell you, the next day, exactly 24 hours later, I was there waiting while they were like, okay, you got another minute or two. I'm like, oh gosh. Yeah, and I still have it, and I still have that one.
Clish asked me, what was the first gun I ever shot? The first gun I ever shot was a 20 gauge shotgun. I was probably 4, 5 years old, and my dad had to help me hold the son bitch up. And back then, I did not, I was not a chunky little brat of a kid until I got older. So back then, I didn't weigh much at all. And I remember that son bitch about knocking me over on my ass. So that was my first experience with a gun, period. With an old single shot 20 gauge. What was your first gun experience there, Grim?
My first was my brother, my older brother, took me out and I shot, of all things, a stainless steel AMT 380. That was the first thing, and I remember it kicking like you're not expecting that thing. You just kept plugging away, and that was about it.
Now what
It was
what
like,
kind of
I'm hooked.
380?
I'm hooked.
What
It
kind
was
of
the
380?
AMT. It was
AMT
by
380.
AMT. They were small, like stainless
Wow.
steel. I don't know if they were cheapy guns really, but they were solid guns. But I
Mm.
remember I don't know what he paid for that thing, but it was the first one. After that, it was his Glock. God, I don't know. It was one of his Glocks. I don't remember that. Actually, he still
Well,
has
if
it.
it
It's a
was a
Gen 1. It's a Gen 1 Glock. He still has it. I should tell him to let me dig that thing out.
well, if it was a Glock, it's just a Glock. They're all the same.
Oh, Triple D is right. AMT backup. There you go.
There you go.
There you go. Thanks. We always use the assistance from the audience to help our brains work. Sometimes we
Good luck.
seriously,
Good luck, audience.
especially on this show. Everybody tends to
So
have a severe brain fart. Um, John, what was the first gun you ever shot?
That Smith & Wesson number 10.
Number
Scott on
10.
the gun channel side says his first gun was a Yugo M48 Mauser.
Nice.
That's classic. I wonder if he still has it.
I have never shot anything like that. I've always wanted to get a Luger. I've always wanted a Luger because I've never shot one.
yeah,
And I just think those things are just so freaking cool.
When I
Um,
I heard that these revolvers were heavy, especially like the Smith & Wesson, the longer barrel ones. When I first shot it, I didn't think it was heavy at all. And it was only a 38, so there was no recoil in that thing.
I thought you were talking about the Luger being heavy. I was like, I don't see it being any heavier than 1911.
Not that Luger, that's for sure.
I think the 1911 had a bit more steel than the Luger.
Just a little.
Yeah.
Just a tad.
Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah, I was looking at Kalashnikov's. He said it was a Glock. I can't. I'm trying to read here. 17. 35 or 17 Allen 40 Smith and Wesson. You were sick.
God,
You're lucky.
Go.
See, my parents. You know what? My parents though. We didn't come from a real. I mean, not that my dad was anti-gun, but he never. I mean, the only gun I seen was my grandfather's, which was a revolver because they owned a farm. You know, so he always had a little something, and he had some rifle. I don't remember, but you know, it wasn't until my brother took me in the mid 80s. He's like, hey, you know, come on with me, you know, because he was older, and I was hooked from there. And hopefully, I'll be taking my boys out this summer to do a little.
Now, I remember the first handgun I ever fired, and it was actually my mom's pistol. She had a 22 high standard, and oh man, I love that little son of a bitch. And I guess I wore that pistol out over the years. I could not tell you the amount of 22 long rifles I put through that poor gun. And it was, you know, it was accurate. It was fun to shoot, not a whole lot of recoil. And then when I actually fired my first, you know, heavy hitting pistol caliber, it was a 357 Magnum, and I really wasn't expecting what I got from it. I really wasn't expecting that much recoil. I was figuring, well, can't be much more than a 22. Boy, was I wrong. I was like, okay, yeah, this is a bit different. But I was hooked. I loved it. Hey, Bob, how you doing? Ladies and gentlemen, we have Biker Bob out in the YouTube side here. I had actually sent him an invite, and he didn't bother showing up. Can you believe that?
See, Bob.
Yeah, just Canadians. What are you gonna do with them? Hey, Rich White's in the house. How you doing, Rich?
Yep, got Rich. We got Rigo.
Patriot in the Darks out there. We got a house full over there.
We got a few people.
But
on
the gun channel side now, we've got quite a few over here too. I mean, we got Smiggy over here, Pants, Tack Daddy, TF2. Scott, Ted. Hey, we're doing good tonight, guys. We have got us a show going. I'm impressed.
Yeah, wow.
I don't think it's me. I think they came to see John.
John.
He's got that silky smooth voice that makes him just.
It was a
want more and more and more.
Night. The wind howling through the moon.
Please don't start singing.
I was gonna say he's out.
Yeah,
as far as he got.
Yeah, thank God. I was worried he's going to start singing there for a second. Then I was going to be like, okay, John's got to go.
You want show tunes?
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. I'll let you sing. I will let you sing 15 seconds of any show tune you decide you want to sing.
All I'm going to say to that is, jazz hands. You can picture whatever you want.
I don't want to know what you do with your hands.
But Scott says he's up to 13 guns in 3 years. Not a bad start.
Whoa. Who was that?
Well, Scott's got more guns than me at this point.
I'm up to 13 guns in 3 years.
Oh, man. All right. Scott's got to be younger, or disposable income.
Well,
this is what happens. Here's the thing.
I have bought 2 ARs since December, and I just put a 12 gauge on layaway. So that's got to count for something.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's definitely got to count for something.
Well, I know a few people that they have the guns on layaway, or they've already paid out, or they paid partially, and some people are waiting a really long time for their firearms, which is
See, that's what you need to do, John.
Hmm.
You need to figure out where you want to move to, which wonderful, freedom loving, gun owning state you can move to. And Squib, I sent you a link over to the gun channel side. Your link is there, buddy. I think what you should do is just before you leave New York, you should go on like Grab a Gun or Buds or something and look around and pick out 2 or 3 guns that you really, really want.
I
And as
shouldn't do a
soon as you
Mac
get
dump
moved,
as I exit the state.
yeah, exactly. No, you pick out the ones you really want, and you put them on your wish list, and then as soon as you get to where you're going, you buy them right out. I
Okay,
want this
so
one.
I'm gonna put a list of guns I
Buy them
want
right
on
out.
my wish list, and y'all go to that site. And whenever you get the money, just my address will be there. Thank you.
Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll all pony up a little money just to get you a decent gun. But you can't have just one. It has to be a rifle, a shotgun, and a pistol. You have to have one of each, at least.
Okay. If you guys are paying for it, okay, I'm not gonna argue.
Yeah,
We're gonna go back to the
we'll start a donation, and we'll get you a rifle, a shotgun, and a pistol. So that's a high
Okay.
point rifle, a high point pistol, and some shotgun, Maverick 88. So that gets you
As
started.
long
Maverick
as you
88.
don't get me, just don't get me anything that starts with a J or a Sky.
Oh, I was about to say that.
What is wrong
Can
with
I
this guy? Come on now.
Hey,
You know you would take a Sky right now. If somebody handed it to you, you'd be happy as hell. I got a Sky and I'm in New York.
Yeah, I need a paperweight.
It's barely legal.
Doesn't everybody need a paperweight?
That's why they make
no,
rocks. And rocks are free.
no.
You can just go out in your yard and pick one of those up.
Yeah, I'll get a slingshot and ball bearings.
Sweet.
Hey, now we got 2 Hottie in the house. Hottie, I also sent you an invite. Check your email. See, I sent all these people invites, and they show up on the YouTube side. They don't even pay attention to their mail. It's like, do I really want to do this? Or either that or I said, no, I don't want to be on his show. If that's the case, hey, that's fine.
That's correct,
Grixer's
Scott.
out there somewhere.
That's correct, Scott. I will take a high point.
That's right. How is it? Beggars can't be choosers.
Exactly.
Well, according to Ghost,
and they run. I mean, they run. Who do
Ghost
we get?
loves his high point carbine.
Yeah.
Run over it with a
But
crane,
he's-
smash it with a sledgehammer, put acid on it. It'll go.
Yeah. You know what? I don't know. I have my view on that is if it runs. No Sky though. But I'd take a high point if he says they run and find one cheap. I'll shoot the crap out of it.
I just
Well,
hope
I'm
the
sure
high
you
point
won't.
can't run me out. Get it, pun. That was punny.
Okay, let's turn this over to the audience real quick. Okay, I want you guys to come. I want everybody in the YouTube and the gun channel side to come up with 3 guns: a handgun, a rifle, and a shotgun for John Z when he leaves New York. Come up with your 3 top guns that John Z would need in those 3 categories.
How about a gun anybody would need? It's not
A
all about
flamethrower?
the John Z. Who said flamethrower?
You're not getting a flamethrower, John.
I want a flamethrower.
You're not getting a flamethrower, John.
I want a flamethrower now.
Well,
You would burn yourself in the ass. You would burn your ass with it. I'm telling you.
That's okay. I want a flamethrower.
Well,
Are
I'll
you
tell
allowed
you
to
what.
have a flamethrower?
Yes, you're allowed to have a flamethrower. Actually.
No, John.
No.
Oh no, John's not.
No.
John's barely allowed to pick up a rock and throw it at a dog
So
that's about to bite his leg off. So
I could throw my foot in its mouth.
well, that'll work. Night Strike, how you doing, buddy?
All right, so we have our first response. Mr. Gixer says full size 1911, Draco pistol, and Vepr 12. I like it.
oh, he's hooking
Good
you up.
choices.
Hell yeah. Then of
Tobacco
course,
Bob
pistol,
says
yep.
a high power, a VZ58, and a 870. That's three good choices.
good deal.
Travis has got an AR, Glock 19, and a Maverick 88. Good choices. See, people,
I like it.
they're coming
I
together.
like that. Versatile. Yep.
S&W MMP 2.8 compact, an AR, and a Maverick 88. Everybody's going with a Maverick 88. You see this?
Rich White, Smith & Wesson MMP 2.0, an AR, and a Maverick 88. So Matt from Never Enough Ammo has brainwashed everybody into the Maverick 88s, and we really got to talk to them and get them to sponsor him.
Yeah.
Hey.
And Taurus.
Yep. There you go. Can't leave out a Taurus. Now, the Taurus is always a good choice for you. AK-74, Remington 870, and a
1911 and 10 millimeter, baby. Yeah,
There
that's
you
what
go.
I'm talking about.
Kalishnikov is right. Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
You can't argue with that. That's
You're going to unload some hell on that one.
Scott on the gun channel site says any CZ, AR, or AK, and 870 Express.
Ooh. I do like triple Ds. If you look, the Beretta 9 M9A3 AR with the drum mag, just for you, John, and a Benelli M4.
Oh, he's going all classy on that one.
Hey, you're gonna blow through ammo too.
Hell yeah.
Well,
Mr. Gixer's like a Chiappa fanboy.
Oh,
Chiappa and a Chiappa. Look,
Jixer, you guys, Jixer.
I do not want to give John Z such an ugly weapon as a rhino. I want to have something that looks.
That's a gun that needs to be kept in your safe.
That is definitely a concealed carry gun.
Yeah, conceal it in your safe and don't take it out.
It is a concealed carry gun, and here's the thing about it: when you conceal it, you don't want nobody to ever know that you got it.
Excuse me.
You bury that one in like the very back of your safe, in front of two high points and a sky.
Triple D says, "My name is John also, so we got to stick together." Amen, brother. Amen.
Oh, that's why.
You got room for one more?
I got room for 10 more.
Evening Squib?
Let's see. Ladies and gentlemen, we have two new arrivals. We have Night Strike, who has refused to say anything, and we have Squib. How you doing, Squib?
Are you guys muted? Or is Hangout?
I
wonder if Hangouts
muted
is
and don't
funny.
realize it.
Yeah.
Well,
I wonder if Hangouts are. Oh, I just missed a bunch in the chat. It just flew past me.
Squib. Are you with us, Squib?
Oh, I like this one. Kalishnikov says, M249, SR 1216, 3 Beretta 93R custom and 45 ACP. Okay, I'm going with Kalishnikov.
Hold on. I'm gonna give you my list of 3 guns for you. Are you ready for this?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, my 3 choices what am I saying? Whoa, we just lost somebody. A Mossberg 590, Mossberg 590 A1.
I like it.
That's your shot. No, that's your shotgun.
Okay.
We are going to get you a Kimber Warrior 1911
No members.
because hey, those are beautiful guns, dude, and they work. Don't let
Uh,
the people who talk shit about Kimber. When you put out as many 1911s as Kimber does, you're going to have a few that rough around the edges.
can you at
They
least
put
get me
them.
one that's like 20 years old?
Oh yeah, okay, we'll do that. Okay, we'll do that.
Okay.
And for a rifle, we're going to get you a let's see, a Scar
It has to
17.
start with a
There you
Bravo.
go.
I want a
No,
rifle,
no,
but it
no.
has
We're
to
going to
start with a Bravo.
get you a Scar 17. We will get you a
Can you
Scar
give me the new
17.
IWI bullpup or the 612?
Why would you want that?
It's only $1,400. What are you complaining about?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, they're your guns. You get what you want. How about that?
Okay, go ahead and get me a 612.
Okay. Well, there you go. We're going to take up donations to buy him a 612. Let's see.
Uh,
Let's
all right.
see.
Are they
Kalishnikov
back?
agrees with me here.
Does he?
You know, he loves the Kimbers, Scars.
Hey, Night Strike, welcome back.
Night Strike, are you with us? Can you speak?
Well, Squib jumped in again too.
I think they're having
Triple D, yeah, Triple D in the chat said he could only see us three when we mentioned them and couldn't see the other two.
Hmm.
Remember we were saying
Well, this
Google
is
or the Hangouts was being really slow or something earlier?
yeah.
Oh,
It's being weird tonight.
Yeah, Night Strike is trying to get on, but
I was actually having problems earlier with Hangouts myself.
Night Strike seems to be experiencing some issues.
Yes. Well, it seems like we're all experiencing issues.
yeah, we all have some issues.
Hold
Anyways,
on.
Travis says Kimber is good for practicing clearing malfunctions.
And then Mr. Gixer says you spelled Taurus wrong.
Yeah, Jixer said, Travis, you spelled Taurus wrong. Oh, that reminds me of my 96 Gixer I had way back that weighed a ton compared to the new ones.
Hey, the Pants has come up with some good ones over here. A Bulgarian AK-74, a Coat Delta
Ooh.
Elite, and a Mossberg 500. Good choices. Good choices there. Yeah, I went back and forth on whether or not I wanted to get the 500 or the 590. And in the back of my head, I kept hearing Night Strike saying, bayonet lug. Get the one with the bayonet lug. No, you want the one with the bayonet lug. And I'm trying to argue with this voice that's not really there and saying, why do I need a bayonet lug? Get the one with the bayonet. So I broke down and got the one with the bayonet lug. So there's that story.
Pants on the gun channel side says Bulgarian AK-74, Cobra Delta Elite 10 millimeter, and Mossberg 500.
Yes, I just read that.
I could go with that.
What
Who's
is
a
that Bulgarian?
CZ Scott?
What was that?
Scott apparently will do anything for CZ. In a manner of speaking.
I wouldn't say that too loudly in front of the wrong company. Some people might take you up on that.
True.
People love just what they love.
Yeah. I don't know. I got to start picking things up.
Let's see here. I'm going to see if there's something on my end I can do to.
Yeah, you know what? It's funny because now I'm looking. So I jump screens. And
Squib is saying
on the
Hangouts
YouTube,
is floppy for him right now.
What is going
what
on
did he
with
say?
Squib?
Squib says Hangouts is floppy for him at the moment.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hangouts is always floppy.
I see us on the YouTube side. If I look at the YouTube, I see us three. And if I look at our Hangout link here, I see all of us. Well, not anymore. Oh,
Well,
here's
Squib's
Squib
back.
again, but
Squib, say something.
help.
There you go. Well, that wasn't you.
Okay, Squib, say something, please.
Yes.
There he
Ah,
is. That is
round of
one
applause
Squib.
for Squib.
It only took 4 or 3 4
Now, hold up. You're making it sound like I was doing this on purpose. I think what's happening is the Travi are interfering with the Li, and
Yep,
Well,
he's
you know
correct.
that actually makes sense. Grim, why do you allow the Travi to exist?
well, the reason they're messing with me though is because I'm kind of allied with the Travi, so they're punishing me. They're punishing me for coming over here.
For jumping to the other side.
You know,
Uh,
the Travi are a bunch of little girls. You have to understand that about them. You know, they're spineless, sissy little girls. So,
All hail the Travi.
yeah.
is it like that? I am Travi, just like the. Hey,
I am
And we got
robot.
our
I am
first-
Travi. You know.
And we got our first female gunpowder beauties in the house.
oh yeah.
Well, hello there, Gunpowder Beauty. You know, it surprises me that we do not have more females over on gun channels. It really does.
Yeah.
And that's something that has really amazed me, because you see all these guys talking about, you know, how they'd like to get their girlfriends or their mothers or sisters into shooting or guns or whatever, but you never see the results of the females actually coming on and saying, hey, look, I'm into this, I love this, this is what I like doing, I support the Second Amendment. And hey, any girl that's out there that's willing to stand up and say, yes, I do support the Second Amendment, I got you back. Understand that. And I think everybody in this panel has your back.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah, as we
And
spoke
don't forget
before.
And don't forget the community as well.
Yep. That's the thing. Make it like we've said before, though. It's creating that atmosphere of how do you say, like an inviting atmosphere? Because I know for when I first went to the range, you know, or for when I would go, because I honestly, like I said, besides my brother, hell, I didn't know much. But a lot of at first it was not, I shouldn't say it wasn't, like it was basically you were there and nobody really talked and like that. I go to the range, I make it a point, hey, how's it going? Or if I see someone having trouble with something, I try and, hey, do you need anything? Or just those things. I don't know, just rambling.
Yeah, I tell you what, I think part of the problem is the girls see us guys over on gun channels and they're like, do I really want to fight through all that testosterone to say something? Either that or she's thinking, God, these guys are all idiots. What am I even doing here? Which is true, by the way.
Here's the thing, though. Women typically are better marksmen than men. And the reasoning I've been told for that is because they don't have egos like we do. Women have their own thing. We got our quirks and women got their quirks, but women don't go in there with this chip on their shoulder. They want to know how to do things properly because they don't want to embarrass themselves. Where a guy, he'll come in there with his cocky macho attitude, or it's like we don't take directions, right? We don't pull over and ask for directions, right? Women will, right? So in the same sense at the gun range, you got somebody trying to point out maybe a mistake you're making, or maybe there's another way to do something, or maybe something that they notice you were doing that maybe, you can't see because you can't, you don't have eyes on yourself or whatnot. And you get all, hey man, back off or whatever. I mean, not that the range is a hostile place. It isn't. It's typically pretty friendly. Whereas women, they want to take more time and they want to learn how to do things right. And their appearance is more important to them and things like that. The other thing too is, if it's a bunch of guys and there's just one woman, she's going to get all the attention. Now, she may like that at first, but then sometimes it just might be annoying. Hey, I'm just here to shoot, quit trying to ask me out or whatever it is. But yet when there aren't a lot of women at the range, it's mostly guys, a female is going to get a lot of attention just in general, just because she looks different or she is different or whatever it is. But I've never met any guy that said women shouldn't be out there shooting. All the guys are saying is that we need to have more women out there shooting. And when you bring your girlfriend or your wife to the range and you get her, hooked like you are into the whole thing, and she starts training and practicing and training and practicing, and before long she's out shooting you every single time and you're embarrassed, maybe at that point it's like, why don't you join the all women shooting league? I'm going to go over here and shoot with the guys where I won't be as embarrassed. Because that's something I've noticed has happened too, is the women will start out shooting their significant other, and but it's a good time to be had by everybody, when you get out there together.
I'm going to tell you a story, and this is a factual, true story. My mother and Dad were both into guns. They shot a lot. Well, Dad went to these turkey shoots. And that was a big thing in West Virginia at the time, was turkey shoots. Everybody went to these turkey shoots. Well, Mom went with him one night, and she borrowed another guy's gun, and she beat every man there, including my dad. And he was so pissed off about it that he actually bought the gun that she beat him with just so he could break it. He was pissed. And I thought, as a kid, I was go, yeah, that's really immature and stupid, Dad. But I thought it was funny as hell that my mom outshot my dad after listening to all the bragging he had done for years that she couldn't do it. I thought it was hilarious.
But that sort of thing happens.
Yep.
Yeah,
my mother was the original pistol packing mom. So she borrowed another man's shotgun and outshot Dad with it, and he got pissed off about it. And I thought it was funny as hell. So I don't ever want to hear anybody say that a girl can't shoot as well as a man. I beg to differ. I've seen it done.
I totally agree with you there. And that's one thing about firearms. Firearms are the equalizer. You might be small and they might be large. You might have no hand-to-hand combat training. They might have hand-to-hand combat training. But a gun can be an equalizer. Now, if the gun's too big for you to handle, or it's too small for you to handle, or the other person is faster on the draw or more proficient, then you run into issues there on calling it an equalizer. But in general, an elderly woman can protect herself if there's a break-in with a revolver, as well as a young soldier could protect himself on the battlefield with a rifle. So that's where the whole equalizer comes into play. And women can handle firearms just fine.
Is my mic working now?
Oh,
yeah, I don't think it was your mic. I think it was Hangouts, Night Strike.
Hangouts.
Oh, thank God! I've been working on trying to do everything I can to get the microphone working.
Welcome aboard.
No, we were having problems with Hangouts before the show even started. So
yeah,
it was probably a Hangouts issue.
See, if we were using GunTube, this wouldn't happen.
No, it would have happened because it's a Travi thing. There's
too many in the chat.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Isn't GunTube sponsored by the Travi?
Ooh, that's scary.
They say they're sponsored by. They say GunTube is sponsored by the Travi, but I'll tell you this right now: as the owner of GunTube, I have yet to see a cent from either of them.
Well, if the Travi support the creation of GunTube in one way or another, they may also be what destroys it by downloading too many videos.
You mean uploading?
Uploading, downloading, what's the difference?
Yeah.
Travis P11 killed VidMe via uploads.
Well, see, I haven't seen the two Travi leaders yet. I haven't seen P11 or Midnight, so I guess so far we're safe.
True.
They're in a meeting to plot against you.
Oh, they're always in a meeting to plot against. What are you talking about? I'm used to that by now. See, I've got my allies. I've got Matt, and Ghost is there, and of course Grim. He's on my side.
And there's Knife Strike.
The allies of Li.
Yeah, pretty much. We will take this battle to its bitter end. And here's the thing: I gave the Travi an opportunity to surrender. I went on P11's Caliber Corner show, and I said, "Look, man, I'm here to offer you a chance for a complete and total surrender, and this thing will be over." And he wouldn't take it. So
Yep.
I tried to do the manly thing and offer him a chance out.
Could I suggest a different approach?
Yeah, go ahead.
Try saying this. Join me, and together we can rule the galaxy.
No, that's too Darth Vader-ish.
Hold on.
Been...
What?
You have asthma?
All right. It's getting creepy.
No,
Yeah,
it was the Darth Vader.
Damn mouth.
Oh, okay.
The whole mouth breathing thing is.
Yeah, as you're saying that, you need to be vaping. So, Darth Ellis.
Hey, leave my vape alone. I'm no longer smoking 3 packs of cigarettes a day.
Okay.
So,
Congratulations.
that sounded more like a bong than a vape.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Hey,
what do you got over there, John? What's going on?
Yeah,
Not me,
say.
him.
What's
going on?
Kalishnikov says he's on my side too. So there we go.
Yeah, he did. He's got you.
I've got one more backer now. So,
but
we are slowly gaining numbers on the Travi.
Slowly but surely.
Yep.
call me
We
Shirley.
will win this.
So
thing.
if I'm allied with the Travi, but I'm on this show, does this make me some sort of slut or?
No.
Do you want to be?
I feel really dirty right now. I think I need a shower.
You are our spy. That's you're like a double agent.
I was going to say, does that make him a double agent or not? Whose side is he on?
Well, see, they think he's spying on us right now when actually he's passing me information about them while he's telling them shit about me. So it's kind of weird.
Oh, the image that
but everything
pops
he's
in my
telling them
head,
about me isn't true, of course.
the image that pops in my head is once he said that was the old spy versus spy.
Oh, the black versus white.
Yes.
Okay.
I remember the cartoon. They did
I
a
remember
cartoon
those.
version on Mad TV.
Yeah, they did.
It's great.
So which side is he on right now? We don't know.
So back to our question at the beginning of this wonderful show.
Yeah.
Squib, what was the first gun that you ever bought?
Hold on, I'm chewing on a pear.
Chewing on a pear.
He's
Of what?
He's being healthy.
I'm eating healthy. This is my lunch break. All right. The first gun I bought was a POS used SKS.
POS.
It was. Every time you fired it, the stock fell off.
Oh, that is. Yeah.
Oh, that is a POS.
That is funny.
Very first gun. Very first time I ever filled out a 4473. It was $74 in 1995, and I ended up trading it with a few other guns for pre-ban AR-15 parts.
You know,
You really need to see a doctor about that.
Yes.
yeah, that iron lung's getting kind of rusty there, buddy. Nice Truck, what was the first gun you ever bought?
I built an AR-15.
That was your first gun?
Yeah, the first gun I ever bought, I bought an AR-15 lower locally, and then I just built that up, from what parts I could find online, because I don't have a lot of money sometimes to buy guns all at once. So with the AR-15, I thought it was cool that you only had to buy the one FFL part, and then you could buy everything else and have it shipped to your house. So that's what I did originally. So my first AR, which is the one you see in the videos where I bump fire, that's the first AR I've ever gotten. And I built that myself. I got the tools. I went and did it all on my own because I watched like 17 million different videos on how to build an AR-15 on YouTube. And there we go. Lo and behold, Night Strike got tons of ARs.
Got hooked.
I got the fever.
That's what my FFL said one time. He goes, I will be your dealer of choice soon. That's what he'd always say to the newbies.
You want
It's
me?
true, though.
You want to be my dealer of choice? Give me a hell of a deal on a Chris Vector.
Oh, here we go again.
I know. They should give him a discount just because of how ugly that damn gun is.
Yeah.
Which,
speaking of stocks falling off,
Oh,
I had that too on an old Mauser I had bought.
Here's the thing. The Chris Vector is ugly. I will give you that. It is ugly. It is hideous. But it's not nearly as ugly as something like a Chiappa Rhino or that plastic thing that starts with a G. What's that gun, Night Strike?
Now, hold up. Those
Glock,
Glocks,
yeah,
they
that's it, Glock.
they don't look like real guns. They look like toys. They are real guns, but they look like toys.
because they're made out of the same plastic that Tonka is.
Well, I mean, the small ones, the subcompacts look like squirt guns. But, I mean, that Chris Vector is just butt dog ugly, man.
Well, that's why he wants it.
Yeah.
That's why I keep Night Strike around, too.
He's not saying it's the prettiest gun in the world. He's just saying that he wants one. So
wait a minute. So when you're at the range shooting this Chris Vector, people will notice how ugly the gun is, and they won't notice how ugly you are.
Exactly.
Oh.
Okay, got it. Now I get it. Now you have my blessing to get this thing.
See, it's up his street cred and make him look better. Come on.
Is that what it is? All right.
Yeah, so now we're figuring it out. I'm trying to hide my own ugliness by carrying the most hideous looking things I can find.
Yeah, I knew this the whole time. Don't worry about it.
I'm still not, desperate enough to carry a Glock though.
No, but I outed myself the other night on the Edges chat where I said I would buy a Glock when HVS moves out of Hawaii.
Well,
do you really think that'll happen?
Shit.
No, I think he just likes to complain and bitch about the bad laws, but not do anything to help improve them.
I told him, look, if you want palm trees and beaches, just move to Florida.
Oh shit, guys, we're about to be invaded.
yes, that's what I was saying. Careful.
We are about to be invaded.
The grand poobah of them all, Travi.
All hail.
Welcome, Travis.
Hello, my people.
Welcome, Master Travis of the Travi.
So, you guys were talking about artificial insemination devices for donkeys?
What?
Were you talking about Chris Vectors? What?
Is that what that's for?
Is
Yeah,
that what that is?
See,
You get that two-handed grip on there. Just all
that
right?
makes perfect sense. Oh,
Why do you think
I
the
should've
barrel's
known.
so long, dude?
Okay.
It's not because of NFA rules. It's so you get it in there the first time and get that, yeah,
Well,
whatever
well,
that means.
now
Well,
that,
you know,
now
it's
that you've
better than
jumped
owning a
in here,
Sky and getting a thud, thud, thud every time you pull the trigger.
okay.
That's not even funny.
Now that Travis is in here, I gotta give you the same question.
It is hilarious.
What's going on? What's
Okay,
up?
now
I was
the
just upload a
Travis
video to
is
my channel. Go figure. I figured I'd just jump in and give you little guys a laugh or two here. So.
That's why Hangouts wasn't working. You're uploading another video and it just crashed everything.
No,
mean
actually, I
another
haven't even
85
uploaded it.
videos.
Who, me? What? Me? Hangout? No, Hangout's working fine. What are you talking about? We're good.
Travis,
Yo,
It wasn't earlier.
do not break GunTube. I'm telling you right now.
I already told you.
will
I'm gonna
go
buy
to your
my own-
house.
I'm gonna rent my own space
and-
before I throw a house party. It's gonna happen in my own house. I'll contain the mess in my own bedroom, Mom. Okay, don't worry about it. It's gonna be fine. I'm not gonna break it.
Okay.
I'm gonna break Amazon Tube. That's what I'm gonna work on.
Okay. Now
Yeah.
before we go any,
I'm gonna
before we go
upload
any
at exponential
further,
rate.
Uh-oh.
okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Before we go any further, I gotta ask Travis the same question I've hit everybody else with tonight. What was the first gun you ever bought?
Oh, you mean myself or myself?
Yeah.
The very first gun, like my actual first, like gun
Yeah.
or pistol
Or
just,
yeah,
Yeah.
either or.
Okay.
Rifle, shotgun, whatever was first.
The first actual firearm that I ever purchased with my own, like that I was actually ever legal to buy, like legal age, was the Remington 522 Viper semi-automatic.
Nice. See, at least he had something with some class to it.
The second gun was a Glock.
Oh.
Now,
And
let me
then
explain,
kiss
guys. Let me
on it.
explain.
Well,
It was.
he has to
It would have
equalize-
been,
Wait, on that Glock, when you pulled the trigger, did it squirt water or?
oh no, it was a G20. It killed bears. Yeah, no, I didn't waste any time with that. My dad's friend won it in a shooting contest, and he didn't want it. It was like an actual competition. It was it was a G20, probably a Gen 2. This would have been in 1990. You guys, you have to tell. I don't think they had Gen 3s out in 1995. No, it would have been 1997 when I bought it. And so it was a 10 millimeter G20.
So right when I was,
And,
in
that was the first handgun that I ever bought. Now my dad, he had a few other handguns in the house, but they weren't officially mine. I mean, they were mine to shoot, but they weren't mine. So that was the first one. But I mean, I didn't know anything about guns, and it was a stupid purchase because I couldn't afford to shoot the damn thing. So
What was the first one you ever shot?
first gun I ever. When I was in the first grade, it was a YMCA camp that they had just outside of our capital city. It was a single shot, bolt action, 22 LR. I have no idea what it was. It could have been a Marlin. It wasn't like a bull barrel target gun or anything like that. They were just the 22s they let you shoot at summer camp. That was the very first time I ever fired a gun. Would have
and
been
they
first
still
grade.
let you shoot at summer camp.
Oh yeah, I think I was 8 or 9 years old. Yeah, I mean, literally, it was like first grade, I mean, we were the youngest kids there at the camp. You rode horses, you shot guns. This was the 80s, man. They didn't care what you did, kids. You didn't have to be all. If you hurt yourself, you healed. It was that simple.
the 80s was a gray area. Things
Yes.
were black and white. There were shades of gray.
Yes. It was 50 shades of awesome. Okay, that's what I gotta say.
No, that book didn't even exist because it was the 80s.
No, I know that. I know. Yep.
Because
Night Strike, what are you doing reading 50 Shades of Grey?
I don't read 50 Shades of Grey.
Trying to improve.
Are
his
you
love
wearing
life.
a blue dress while you're reading it, or?
It's an excellent. It's a self-help manual. It's an instruction manual. It's a wonderful Harlequin romance novel dressed up in an overpriced movie.
Don't help him, Travis.
Sorry, man.
Not Strike is reading
Shut up,
it,
Travis.
and
Shut up.
Yo.
I don't read 50 Shades of Grey, okay? I was making a point. And Squib, you're trying to get me in trouble. Stop
Once again, I'm trying to help you. I mean, but that's fine. You know what? That's okay. Talk to the hand girlfriend because I ain't listening. All right, it's that simple. It's over here bickering like some 12-year-old.
there you go. You want to bicker about the 80s.
Yeah.
There
I'm
we
trying
go.
to help you out here. All right, I'm just trying to give you the winning formula that works for me. All right.
He's
okay,
right. The
now
80s were
I have
awesome.
a serious question. I have a serious question for you guys.
Uh-oh.
Let's talk about carrying guns for a minute.
Okay.
Now, we all have our guns that we like to carry, but do you think that the gun that you carry on a daily day basis is suitable all the time? Do you think there's times when you might want something bigger or smaller, or is this just this one gun?
You just mean suitable for self-defense and suitable for all the different kinds of clothes you would wear all year round?
Yeah. What do you mean?
No.
Be specific.
Well, let's okay. I'm going to get specific. Oh no! See, I can't even say that word. Specific. Thank you. Let's say your daily carry is a 9mm.
Bad choice.
You just well, it's probably the most
It's an example. I
prolific
get
carry
it.
gun out there.
Hey, if
today.
you want to step in front of a couple critical defenses heading your way, sure, be my guest. See if they don't do anything at center mass.
Right,
Bro.
you stand in front of some 45, so we'll see how great
Hey,
your 9mm is.
They're both going to work, so what difference does it make?
Yeah, pretty much.
not-
I mean, I'm a 45 guy, but when I concealed carried, I used to carry a 9mm. I just made sure I had Winchester Rangers in there.
Okay,
That's exactly what I carry, Squib.
Here's a scenario. Now, let's say you're going to the woods, you're going hunting, whatever. Do you carry your 9mm, or do you say, okay, I'm going hunting, I want something a bit more powerful, I'm taking a 10 or a 357, or do you say, okay, the 9mm is going to be plenty?
In my situation, I wouldn't be able to do any of those things because that would be considered a hunting weapon if it's on you, and you could get in trouble for that because of your capacity. So if you're doing, say, I don't know, pheasant or goose, well, depending on the geese you're hunting, or duck, you got a three shell limit. You've got a pistol on your hip. Even if you're out deer hunting, they can still ticket you for that because you might say, well, it's just my sidearm for extra. Oh, no, that's a weapon you can hunt with. So, you're carrying a weapon that's illegal for hunting season. So, I mean, it'd have to be a revolver. I mean, you still have to have it. I don't even know what I do, to be honest with you.
Well, it sucks to be where you live.
Now-
Because,
think about it. Think about it. If you're carrying that, do you think all states are going to be fine with that? If you're deer hunting and you're carrying your sidearm, they wouldn't get you for having a firearm that is exceeding the capacity for that season in that area? Maybe we never thought about that before. I mean, because we've had people get ticketed for it here in Nebraska, so that's why I don't do it. It depends. If you're out coyote hunting, that's different. If you're
why wouldn't you just tell them that you're open carrying? That's not your hunting weapon. You're open carrying.
I know. I hear you. I don't know. I mean, I think there might be some special provisions in the law about that. That if you conceal, if you got your permit on you and it's your concealed weapon, it wouldn't count. But I was pretty sure that whatever firearms are in your hands or on your person, you can't exceed the limit for whatever game you're hunting.
Well, see, it's like where I live around here. When I was in Kentucky, even when I went to the woods, I normally had something bigger than a 9mm on me. Why? Because there are, bear running around or other critters that, you get iffy about a 9mm. Around here, I go to the river to go fishing or something. I got gators to deal with. And again, I don't want to have to deal with a gator carrying just a 9mm.
But that's you're not using it for hunting, Ellis. You're using it for self-defense. I thought you were implying bringing a handgun for hunting. If you're talking about a handgun for self-defense against wildlife, 9mm ain't really going to be as good against a bear or a gator. That's where, you go to your 45. I recommend Federal Hydroshocks. But still, I mean, you could carry a 357 revolver, 44 Magnum revolver, something like that.
I mean, Ellis, I agree with you. I would not. I mean, if I was dealing with that kind of game out here, I don't think you would ever encounter that. There could be the random chance for a mountain lion or say like a bobcat, but that's pretty rare where I'm at. You'd have to be out in some very isolated areas. You'd be more likely to have like, say something coming at you that's rabid. I mean, that would be about it. Where I'm at, I don't have to worry about that. There would be no bear issues. There's no gator issues. There's going to be very, very rare. You're going to find a feral creature that's going to attack you. So for that, I mean, for me, the 9 would be more than adequate. But in that kind of a situation where you're looking at requiring something a lot more potent, obviously I would not think about, my concealed piece as my my backup gun for a hunting excursion. Never. I mean, I wouldn't consider that. I go,
Yeah, if you were carrying a sidearm, if you were carrying a sidearm for hunting in Alaska, you wouldn't even think about getting like a 9mm or 38. It'd probably be a 44 Magnum or bigger. And other places, I mean, when you're talking about bear and something like that, I've heard of people being found mauled to death on a jogging trail by a bear and with an empty 38 next to him. So, I mean, 6 rounds of 38 into a bear, and he still mauled you to death. So,
that kind of potential, you need to think, what's the biggest round I could comfortably shoot accurately, and then that's what you should definitely carry. While you going above and beyond 38 special, I mean, 357 mag minimum or 10mm minimum is what I would do.
Yeah, I agree. Large caliber.
Oh God, yeah.
But if you were going to use a handgun for hunting, then you might even want to look at it from a different standpoint of exactly what are you hunting, or if you want to have one big enough to protect you against anything out there that could be a threat while you're hunting. The same gun that you're hunting with is also your self-defense gun. I mean, just always defer to big bore and you're fine.
Yeah, it depends. I mean, if you're going into the woods, I agree. Large 357 10mm. If I'm in the hood, if we're talking about a round, it's what I'm comfortable carrying. I mean, out here it's not a big deal to print, but it's not something I'd like to do either.
I mean, it's different state to state, unfortunately. One state you have to conceal carry while you're carrying your rifle out to the woods to go deer hunting. Another state you can open carry. Another state you can use this caliber. Another state you can use that caliber. Another state you can hunt as soon as you get off the pavement, any drivable surface. Another state, you have to be over 100 yards away from the road. Whatever it is, it's just different anywhere.
And I have just noticed that Travis's second in command has showed up in the YouTube.
Really?
Side.
Well,
yes.
I mean, they follow my greatness. I just I admit Travi everywhere I go, and it's magnetic. They can't whether they're here or there. So
I think you guys are communicating telepathically.
Well,
there's something going on.
That's way too primitive. We don't. No.
I think they're like dogs.
We're more like the Force. We're like the Force. It's more of an organic thing. What's that?
Metachlorians for real?
Yeah, It's kind of like that. They're called Travichlorians.
You know what? It is. Travis is that character from the X-Men that just multiplies.
Pretty much.
You should see how many cousins I have. It's terrifying. I'm telling you.
Honestly,
conquering
I've got
my
the same amount.
I'm willing to bet Ellis has the most cousins of any of us in here.
Well, considering he's got one in here already, yes.
First cousins, though? Ellis, how many brothers and sisters do you have?
I have a brother.
Not cousins. I have your nieces and nephews. No, how many aunts and uncles do you have all together on both sides?
That's a damn good question, and I couldn't answer that.
Oh yeah, you definitely have way too many.
Idea.
Yeah.
Both sides.
You probably have 10 or 12 on each side. So
he's scratching his head, going, "Damn boy, I forgot."
No, it's not that he forgot. He can't count that high.
Look, one side don't want me, and the other side won't claim me. So.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Well, I'm a Hatfield McCoy mix, and if you're on either side of that bunch, it's
okay, all right. In one way or another, all Hatfields and all McCoys are related by marriage, if not by other things. It's just something that's happened over the years.
Yeah,
It still doesn't mean that there isn't animosity there. And Squib dropped off.
Yeah, we done lost half the room. Look at this. Wow.
All right.
You, Travi, are up to something, aren't you?
What the hell,
we're just
man?
not busy at this time of the evening. We're hardworking people. We get home at 5 o'clock, we have dinner, and then we come on YouTube and just go and invade everybody's chats.
They like to troll.
I see that. And then screw everything up.
They troll.
What? Troll?
Good God.
Mm-hmm.
Are all 4 of them out there now? or 5 or 6 of my kids. How
We
many
have
kids are
a
there?
bunch of
Yeah,
we have a bunch of Travi.
I
is
think
Crackle
even
here?
Ben's out there.
Gary's out there.
I don't
Gary,
see
how you
Ben.
doing, buddy?
No, Crackle P11 is part of the young Travi.
He's
Hey,
an
we have
untested
got a-
prototype, so we haven't released him into the wild yet. So that's why you never actually see him outside of the house. His host mother is not allowing him
Yeah.
to leave at this time. So
He's being beta tested.
yeah, we're gonna make sure that the Travi force is contained within that young one. So yep.
Yeah. It all started on Caliber Corner.
Yeah, pretty much.
It all started
And here's
on
the
that.
thing. I
Give me some
tried
guns.
to end all of this on a Caliber Corner. I gave them a chance to surrender. They wouldn't do it. So
No.
what happens next is
Would
not
you
on me.
consider an alliance?
That's not in our
Would
plan.
I consider an alliance?
All right, I
would
tried.
No
I would
compromise.
I would have to discuss it with
Shall not be
the others.
infringed.
Hey, no, that's my thing.
You were too slow.
You gotta say
I would
quick,
have
cannot
to
be
discuss
infringed.
it with Matt and Night
Cannot be
Strike.
infringed.
We're willing to sit down and sign some sort of a treaty. I mean, you're going to have to sign over at least 75% of all of your assets and profits, but that's that's part of the.
See, that's not going to happen.
And
Wait
probably
a minute.
surrender some social media video network
We'll
of some sort.
We'll take bags and bags of used brass. That's fine. We're open to barter. That's
That's not.
Hey,
That's not going to happen
We take
either.
wampum. We take wampum. It's fine. It's whatever works for it.
Ellis,
I'll tell you what. We will sign the treaty, and in this treaty it will say that the Travi will leave and never return.
All right. I'm going to blame
No.
Food Chat on Squib.
See what'll
Well-
happen is you'll say that you want ammunition, and somebody will bring a wooden box of ammo, and the other person will sign off, and then after they leave, they'll open it up, find out it's all steel case, and be like, "Oh no, you didn't."
Oh.
Yeah.
No, it'll be a box of blanks.
No. It'll be a box of Nerf darts.
No, there you go.
Squib has already made an offering to me, so he's already given me a plethora of reloading supplies. So he's already he's already got the free pass to go on and live his life. So.
And I sent you that 338 Nerf Pua.
Yes, and see, Night Strike did that also, and yep.
That's
And
true.
You see, if you make an
Clover's-
offering to your Travi masters,
I bought one of those stickers from Clover, the Lucky Charms one. So Clover's he's getting the big Travi money right now too. So that's
I tell you.
See, here's the thing though. Clover's a sneaky one. He's just trying to get in on your good side. That way he can get you from behind.
oh God, I hope not. Jeez.
No.
Oh.
No.
Yeah, that didn't
Are you
sound
spreading
good.
rumors about Clover? Is there something about him I should know? Where are you going with this?
I don't think I want to even be here for it.
Yeah. It's the runway lights. Where's
Look, man,
Clover?
I've
He
seen
was
the
in the
Shawshank
chat.
Redemption. I know what happens. Okay, jeez. All right.
Clover will put an arrow in your ass. You got to watch out for him. I'm telling you.
Oh, okay. I got you. All right.
That didn't sound good either.
What? By the way, what was the discussion this evening? We got a gun discussion going on, or what? Just general
Yeah,
firearms?
Oh,
chat,
yeah.
Or what?
No, we're just talking
Okay.
about guns. What do you have? Anything you want to
Guns,
bring up
first
about
guns.
firearms and any? Yeah, guns, and more guns tonight. We've talked about women and guns tonight.
Oh, we can pose that question also.
I gotta admit, after you know what, here's something to talk about. This has to do with guns. After watching Hank Strange's last podcast, he had Mac on there, and Mac's kind of predicting the possibility for some doom and gloom once the ATF revisit the NFA and what that could possibly open up down the road if we get an anti-gun representation in the White House. That it could potentially open it up to making us more or less, in his words, a Canadian gun society. In terms of what we're allowed to own and what we can't own, and so that's a little scary. So people need to get off their lazy butts, and they need to go file the petitions or leave their opinions over on the ATF's website, as we've been told to do millions of times, just because we don't end up in that kind of a situation. Although I don't see us giving up our PMags anytime soon, and I think it would probably come to war before people surrender their firearms. It would, so. But I mean, we're running out of time for that, guys.
Stop them from outlawing it in states, telling people, "Oh, you got to turn them in on this."
And people won't. People will not do it. There will be people that say you can pry it from my cold dead hands. All right,
No, but
it's
it
that
will.
simple. I mean,
And
But he has a
that's
point.
where
you
I
gotta think. I
stand.
mean,
in
You
the
gotta think,
states
okay.
where they've tried to pass legislation or have passed legislation where they've told people they have to surrender things. They run into problems like California ran into that problem where they've got to buy it back. They can't tell you have to turn it in. They have to pay you for it. The other thing is, even if they get around that, you're going to, unless there's a registry, that's a big thing we're all trying to get rid of, is any form of registry. If there's no registry, then they're not going to know that you've got a 30 round mag or that you've got a bump stock or something like that. The
Well,
things
they
that
can make
are
it an
registered,
instant.
well, the things that are registered, do they really want to go through every credit card receipt to find out who ordered a bump stock? But
They could find them on you. They could find them in your vehicle. They could see you with
they
them.
could,
I mean,
and that's the problem with the problem with that is the same kind of person that decides they want to drive around and get high, and then they get pulled over for a busted taillight, and they find drugs in their car when they could have left it in their house. The same thing will happen with these
Yeah.
air quotes illegal gun accessories. You should leave them at home, unfortunately, as opposed to turning them in. But
yeah,
people are going to be stupid and they're going to get caught with something. But in the states where they've said you've got to turn your stuff in, the people that live there are the kind of sheep that go, okay, I guess I'll turn it in. There are other states in the union that go, oh, hell no, from my cold dead hands.
Yeah.
So we're seeing it work, or the threat being real in some of these liberal states where people just do what they're told. And I don't think it's going to work in some of the more conservative states, or at least conservative areas of the states.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they're not going to try to pass it. I'm saying there could be a problem. There could be a problem.
Just slowly chipping away,
Yeah.
like Travis was saying, we can't,
whole...
we got to make sure we get in there. I mean, even if it's a quick sentence or two, because that's the whole idea is I've noticed over the years is each state, well, not each state, but a lot of the states, like Squib was saying too, is, they'll try and pass it and see if it sticks. I mean, yeah, you're right. Some won't, but the amount of people that are, okay, they're just, I'm like, what? Like, no.
Yeah, the problem in California, the people there let it happen to themselves. And I feel bad for the people that are pro 2A, but there were plenty of people who didn't put their names on those petitions because they were afraid that their name would be on a list and they would get caught. Or they put phony names on there, which gave it even less credit because they wanted to put a name there, but they didn't want to put their name because they were afraid they were going to get caught. And sometimes you got to take a risk if you want to keep your rights, unfortunately. I mean, that's how we founded this country. Our founders risked everything in order to create this country. And some of them were arrested. Some of them lost all their property. Some of them lost their lives, things like that. I don't want to see any sort of war or anything over this, but I'm just saying that if people want to sit at home and say, I'm not going to be a part of some sort of petition, or I'm not going to contact somebody, or I'm not going to join an organization, then in those states, these things are going to happen. I got to get back to work, guys.
All right, man.
All right.
Okay,
Have a good one.
Take care, buddy. Thanks for being on.
Thanks. Later, guys.
Yep.
See, here's the thing. People that are worried about being on a list, if you've ever bought a gun out of a gun store in the last 25 years, guess what? Your name's already on a list. So you ain't got nothing to worry about. It's already there. It's been there. So the only thing you have to fear is nothing. Go fill out the paperwork, the petition, sign this thing. Like you said, even if it's just a sentence or two, put something down there. Hey, look, you might not like bump fire stocks. You might not want a bump fire stocks. But that still does not give the government the right to take them from everybody else that does like them or does own them. That's just my opinion. And it's a gateway. If they get this thing passed, what's next?
Yep.
What would be next? Maybe your grips on your ARs, or your collapsible stocks on your ARs, or the 30-round magazines that we all love, or your 17-round magazines in your Glocks,
or your compensators.
Yeah,
That's,
so,
Oh, because it hides the flash. Because God knows that once you shoot a gun, nobody's gonna hear it. Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, it's the
it would be a snowball effect. It would be one
Yep.
thing after another after another. So if people don't go and fill this thing out, then they're idiots. Basically, they're just an idiot. If you love guns, if you like your guns, if you want to keep your guns, if you want to keep your accessories, go fill this thing out.
Damn right.
Yep.
And
You have to
calling
be a
my viewers is
voice.
probably
We have to get louder.
calling my viewers idiots is probably not a wise thing to do. But at this point, it has to be said.
This is a different situation, though. This isn't like, I mean, it's one of those things where if you truly do care, people waste more time looking at stupid stuff online than to spend 2 minutes of our lives actually doing something that's going to affect us for the rest of our lives. I mean, it literally could do that. So why wouldn't you just go do it? What is so tough about going over there and signing it? And yeah, I don't
know. Yeah, I have to agree there. I mean, you'll get people spending 2 or 3 minutes doing everything else, and
more than that.
It comes back to that complacent. Yeah, you're right there.
You spend hours on Facebook supporting the enemy, but you won't take 2 minutes of your life to go do something to ensure that your children are going to have a right to defend themselves.
And that's what
do it for the children. All right, do it for the children. Let's say it like that. All right.
You beat me to the punch.
Sorry, man.
But it's true. I mean, I think. No, I mean, I got 5. I got my 5, and I think. I mean, they're younger. I'm like, by the time they reach my age, what build it down? I mean, like we started at the beginning of the chat. I was so gun ho in the 80s. I'm like, oh man, Mac 10s, all this other stuff. I get to high school, ban, or restrictions, and I'm like, really? I was so close, so close to and and it was like I said, it was my brother. But it's those things people have become. I was talking to my FFL the other day, and he's like, "Yeah, things are just." Oh, I mean, nobody is doing anything.
People have become complacent.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
and they do not realize the actual threat of this thing, of what it could actually do. I mean, if you start taking off one accessory after another accessory after another accessory, pretty soon you won't have an AR. Or at least you won't have one that you will be able to fire because you will have no way to hold it, to fire it.
Yeah.
Granted, you can probably sit in a workshop somewhere and make a working stock and a working grip, a working fore-end. If you know anything about, metal parts, you might be able to make a flash hider. But what happens when you get caught with it? Then you're going to prison for 20 years for having an illegal gun.
I would really like those rights to be there for, not only my kids, but just for the future. I mean, there's, it's that, I don't care what anyone says. It's that slippery slope. We do this, they inch away, and we all know they interpret laws or anything that they purposely write them pretty vague so that they can interpret them how they want, or for us, or it might not. But we can't let them, like, and I know Max said this when he had oh my gosh, Eric from the GOA on there. He's like, hey, no, not an inch. We can't.
We can't give an inch, because if we give that 1 inch, they're going to take 50 miles.
Yeah, and it's not that. It's never they say compromise, but it's not. We're taking a step backwards. We're giving, and we're not gaining. That's what it comes down to. I know everybody, for my cold dead hands, but how many people would really, just voice your opinion. That's all you have to do. Quick email. Shoot them an email. You can copy it from the GOA. Go to the GOA website right on the front there. And you can find it. You can use the same form or just change it, edit it a little bit and
make it your own.
Just put something in there. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't have to be complicated.
Well, when I went, I wrote something out that I come up with myself. I was like, well, and for me, like I said, I don't personally own a bumpfire stock. Not Strike, on the other hand, does, and he loves it. Well, just because I don't own it or I don't want one does not give me the right to say he can't have his. That's bullshit.
Exactly.
You know, that would be like me saying, okay, well, you know, I've got a Mossberg 590 coming, so you can't have your Remington 870. You have to have what I've got, or you can't have anything at all. No, it don't work that way.
Here, I'm going to do everybody watching
So-
this right now solid. I'm going to put the link for that video over on the YouTube side. I'll put it over on the gun channel side. There you go. You don't have excuse now. Oh,
Yep.
I'm not a moderator. Here, let me give it to you guys, and you can do this. Here, there you go.
If I'm not
Go ahead and take
mistaken,
that over and
Grim
put that on the
and
YouTube side.
John are both moderators. Grim, you want to get that, or you want me to get it?
I'll
If
put it
you
over
can
on the
get
gun
it, I'm
channel
on the
side.
tablet here.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what, I'll take care of it then.
But yeah, it's just simple. While they're posting it, guys, just jump on. Steal parts of it if you want, and write a little, tweak it, whatever. 3 minutes. Just throw your hat in the ring. So, but yeah, I mean, we got to keep going.
Yeah,
keep
and here's the
fighting,
thing.
pushing the envelope. We can't give them an inch, and we got to keep trying to hound, our congressmen and senators, and just let them know. Squeaky wheel. We got to be that squeaky wheel, and not in a bad way, but just letting our voice be heard.
Well, I understand what you're saying about a squeaky wheel, but I think the time for the squeaky wheel has passed. We need to become roaring lions.
Well,
that's
true.
what we need to become at this point.
True.
We need to be heard loud, clear, and in a definite voice. No, we are not giving this up. And no, you're not taking what we already have.
I don't know if ATF's got a limitation on it. Right now it says that there's 5,758 public comments. How many people own guns in this country? 100 million?
Way more than 500.
100 million? Half the population, if not more? I have no idea.
It's definitely more than 500.
No, there's 5,789 comments on that ATF form.
Right.
Oh,
and that's it.
Okay. Let's think about it like this. All the people that we are reaching here on YouTube, and I'm not talking about my show, of course, because, I've got a little over 100 subscribers. If we added up all the subscribers, everybody in this room, it wouldn't probably equal up to 2,000 or 3,000 people. Okay. If we added guys like Yankee and Matt, it still wouldn't come close to being 100,000 people that we're actually reaching.
Yeah.
We need to put this message out on Facebook, Instagram, anywhere and everywhere there's a social media avenue. That's where we need to go with this. Not just in one area, but all of these areas. And I'm speaking about myself here too. I mean, I haven't done it yet. I haven't posted anything on Facebook, and it never occurred to me until just now. And that's the thing; these thoughts don't occur to you until they do. Whatever social media outlet you're on, copy that link, paste it in there, and say, "Look, guys, we've got a short amount of time to get this done, and we need to get it done now."
Not to change the topic, but Roll Call's got a question. Have you guys addressed this one yet? He's got a question about that Lionheart 9mm.
I know nothing about that.
If I'm not mistaken, I think it's very similar to a SIG. I know it's kind of like that Rex. Yeah, the Lionheart, it basically looks like the P228 or the P229 without the rail. It's more or less, I can't remember where they're made. They made in Indonesia or something like that. I remember Coleon Noir did a pretty cool video on one about a year or two ago when they were first being imported to the U.S. And it kind of looks, it's kind of SIG-ish in its looks. Almost looks kind of like a 228. Except I don't think it has a decocker with it. But anyway, I don't know. I like what G-Webs always tells me whenever I talk about wanting to get a certain kind of gun. He's like, can you even get mags for that gun? That's something that he'll say once in a while. Can you go to a local gun store and get mags for that if you wanted to? And that's a good point. Because I purchased guns before that have been really hard to just get magazines for. And it sucks because you either can't find them or they're overpriced. So I almost say steer clear. I guess it depends how much they want.
Any pistol magazine is overpriced. Period.
Oh
When
yeah, yeah.
you're
You can
paying,
sometimes catch them on sale though. You can
Yeah.
sometimes get a nice,
you're paying $28 for a pistol magazine. I think that's a little much.
Yeah.
Okay, here's what it is, guys. A Lionheart LH9. It's the modern update of the South Korean Daewoo K5 military pistol.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I remember seeing it like a year or two ago is when I first started hearing about
Yeah,
it.
that I was gonna say a while back. But you know, you have a point. That's true because I usually look at that magazine availability if I'm gonna get something. You know, I don't know what it is. I just in my mind like, hey, can I get these fairly easily? And am I paying $50 or you
No,
know?
yeah.
I don't know. But you know that was a good one that you brought up. You know that G Web says periodically is Can you find it? Can you find the parts?
Yeah. They're five guys. The retail on them is $549. I mean, honestly, you're better off trying to get yourself maybe a SIG trade in if you want that style of gun. You want that hammer fired with that kind of a profile. I mean, there's a lot of guns you could get out there that might be cheaper that would have better mag availability too. Plus, you're looking at 13 round capacity. Yeah, on Gunbroker, they're $549 used. I mean, I guess I hadn't checked Buds to see what they go for just as a reference, but they're cool. I mean, I like Daewoo's guns. I think they're kind of
That
neat.
seems a bit high.
What's that?
That seems a bit high.
Well, they're kind of a here. Let me look and see here.
And I also, I guess it depends what he's getting it for. Is it just going to be for the range, or?
Yeah, they're totally out of stock over on Buds. I mean, they have a bunch of different. I don't know. I guess kind of looking at it, I don't know. Kind of a mid-size gun. It's basically like Glock 19 size, and you're basically paying.
Check grab a gun.
You know. Okay.
Check grab a gun. They normally have a pretty good. It's not a bad looking pistol.
No, and it's military proven. I mean, it is a combat weapon used by the South Korean military. I don't know if it's their official sidearm, but either it was tested by them or is an issue weapon for them. If it's the Daewoo update, it probably is their sidearm that's issued to their military or one of the sidearms that they have. Oh man, they're pricey. $675 on Grab a Gun. And that's just a standard model. That's nothing. $625, $675, $30 for mags. That's not bad, but still $625. Wow.
And that guy was wanting how much for it used?
$595, I think is what it was starting at. And you know, if you look at it, it's kind of funny when you look at the right side of it. It has an action system that looks very similar to the Beretta. So it might have some internals maybe that it shares kind of with Beretta and the design and stuff. The way it's got the little stock on the right side that comes out when you pull the trigger. I don't know. Not to keep beating a dead horse here, but I mean, it's, you know, it's okay. I mean, it's a rare piece. I mean, it would probably hold its value just because there's not a lot of them out there. And I do like it in that bronze and black two-tone. It's a sharp-looking gun, but still, yeah.
Well, like I'm looking at them on Grab a Gun now, $675, $625, $700. The magazine's $30 each.
Yeah.
Two-tone is $700.
Personally, I'd rather, and I only own one, right? But I'd rather spend the money on a SIG, either a used or a trade-in, or try to find like maybe, you know, I don't know. That's just what I'm saying.
Here lately, I've been looking at that FM. What is it, the 503? I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
I've been looking.
Is it their new compact model that they came out? Oh, 509.
Yeah, 509. Thank you.
Kind of competitor for the CZ, P10C. Yeah, the 509s. I think that was another one of those military trial suggested weapons, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
It's not. I like FNs. I had a 9C. I had a FN 9 compact that I really liked, but it was just kind of chunky to conceal carry, which is what I bought it for. Didn't really think about that at the time because when you add the extra just width of the holster and everything, I mean, it was a fairly large gun. I mean, it's short, like in terms of its height. It is, you know, it does have the short handle on it, but it's all right. It wasn't a bad gun. Yeah, 509.
It's really not. And it's, you know, striker fired.
Yeah.
and it comes with 2 magazines, 17 and a 10.
Let me see what I could find you one for, just if there's going to be one. Locally, let me tell you what I could get one for here.
$5.49 on Grab a Gun.
That's probably about
Which
right.
ain't
They
a
do
bad
come in
price.
that. They do come in an FTE with a black slide, which is kind of sharp looking, but those are sold out. Okay, so 17.1 plus 1 capacity, so it is a lot larger than I thought it was. Okay. Okay, now just the gun itself, yeah, $5.49. Just the gun itself without sales tax, and then there's a $14 fee if I was to order from galleryguns.com. So for me, with taxes and fees, I'd be looking at $602.
So that's really not bad.
You know, it gets a little bit higher end. Yeah, I mean, you're kind of starting to creep up maybe Beretta 92 territory, but yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, if you want the lighter polymer gun versus all metal, you know. I don't know.
And, you know, it's not a real heavy gun. It's what? Let's see
I jumped out of the sales sheet on it, but okay.
Yeah,
I can't seem to find a weight on it.
Okay, what else is being announced here? So there's the
4-inch barrel.
there's the new Taurus revolver that was announced early. I've been going to that gunholstersandgear.com website because they put everything new that's being announced like the moment that it happens. They've got the Model 856 revolver. That is kind of a sharp looking pistol. 6-shot compact revolver. Oh, and then there's the Rex Alpha. And I did hear that the Strike, what is it, the Arsenal Strike 1 or whatever it's called, that those are going to be delayed showing up because the company ended up having to rename themselves.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, that Rex Alpha is kind of nasty looking. Here, I'll put a link out there for you guys on the chat or the hangouts here, and you can look at this thing. It's God, it looks like a project gun you put together with a 3D printer and some unloved. Check out that bottom link there. And an unloved high point. But look at this thing. Look at this thing. It looks kind of like a. I don't know, man. It looks like something you'd artificially inseminate a donkey with. I guess I don't know. It's
Was it a Chris Vector?
No. This looks like the unloved stepchild of a Chris Vector. I mean, how many angles can you put on a gun? Look at the textures.
What is the hatred you have?
It sucks in Call of Duty. That's the truth. Okay, you can't kill anything with it. That's why I don't like it. Therefore, it doesn't work in real life.
Oh, so
that's a good one.
So
it doesn't work in the video game. It doesn't work in real life.
That's right. It won't kill anything in real life if it doesn't work in a video game.
Well, I tell you what, I have shot people in the face with a 50 caliber rifle on Call of Duty, and it didn't kill them. So.
Yep.
No, and if I've had it take 5 or 6 rounds to kill somebody with a freaking scar.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I remember when I used to play Battlefield 3. I think there was a 50 cal Barrett you could use. It would take 2 shots to kill somebody with it. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" Like you literally headshot them, and they'd still have like 10% of their life left, and they're still running around. I'm like, "What just happened here? Did I miss something?" I just headshot the guy from 150 yards with a Barrett. And the guy still has 10% health left.
I wish they'd make a game where if you shot somebody with like a 50 caliber, it not only kills them, but it shows their body like blowing in half.
They do have modes you can play on that are like single hit kill modes. Like when I play, it's called Player Unknown Battlegrounds. That's like my newest addiction lately. They drop you in a war zone with nothing, and you have to scavenge your weapons. And on that, you can literally get hit.
I've seen that game being played.
Yeah, you get hit twice with an AK and you're dead. I mean, you literally are gone. I mean, it's very, very realistic. Like you get hit with a pistol once, you lose 75% of your health and you're starting to bleed out. So, I mean, that's pretty realistic. Of course, you know, you have no body armor on, you have no, that is a very fun game, by the way. I've been playing that with my buddy, a couple times here this week just to test it out. And it is pretty cool. And they got a neat selection of weapons in it too. And they use the actual, you know, the military codes for all the weapons. So you know what that stuff is. It is a fun game.
Yeah. Plus, you have to deal with bullet drop and all that other wonderful stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Jared Walsh is commenting. He says Battlefield 3 and 4 had hardcore modes where, it was like a one hit, you were dead, basically, kind of thing. No radar, no heads up on anybody coming at you. You just you out on the battlefield. Yeah.
So there was several issues I had with the Call of Duty games. First of all, you play as a sniper. You're pretty much camping. You don't want to be seen. You pull the trigger on somebody, and the first thing that it does is show the guy you're shooting at exactly where you shot him from.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
What kind of bullshit is that?
Well, that's
You know,
they might like the hardcore modes
shoot
might actually
somebody-
turn that off. Also, yeah.
I was like, no, okay. Well, see, when I played Call of Duty, I played in hardcore. That's all I played.
Okay.
And it was like, dude, this is stupid.
I'm gonna start calling you Hardcore Hatfield. I like that. I don't know. Wait, that sounds weird.
Oh, come on.
You know what though? When you're playing any of those games, if you have a nice headset on, that's one of the advantages you have. Is if you got good headphones on, you can hear where the shots are coming from. And if the audio is good on a game, you can tell if it's close or far away from what angle it's coming from. That makes a big difference too.
I remember hearing people's footsteps in the game. You
Yeah.
could hear them walking around, walking up,
crunching.
Like,
Yep. Oh yeah.
Yep. And out of all the Call of Duty games that I've played, I love Modern Warfare 2 the best. I thought that was the greatest one of the bunch. Period.
I liked the World War II one where you had the zombie mode in it and stuff. The first time Nazi zombies popped up.
Let's see. But in my honest opinion, and I've said it before, the best first person shooter I have ever played was the original Ghost Recon. Period.
Yeah. Not the one that was in like Colombia or Mexico or something. Is that the one I'm thinking of?
Yeah. It was the first game was in Russia, and then there was 2 expansion packs.
Oh,
one I think was in Desert Siege, which is Africa, and then Island for Thunder, which was in Cuba.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the first game and the 2 expansions for that game. And the guns wouldn't kill anybody with one shot. Well, they would if you hit them right, but if you hit them like in an arm or a leg, they were crippled.
Yeah.
You shoot them in the arm, it throwed their aim off. They couldn't aim straight. You shoot them in the leg, they were limping around the map. It was hilarious.
Philo's got a question for me. We need to change I think we should switch over to video game reviews. Are you going to review it, Travis? I should, because I probably have more subs than I do right now if I reviewed video games.
You would.
Yeah.
You would.
Yeah. No, I mean I've been gaming for over 30 years, but I'm not much of a reviewer for stuff like that. I just play them and that's it. I don't really have an opinion about them. I
haven't played a video game in I guess 3 years, 4 years, something like that. I just
you're right though about the go ahead.
The last one I played was actually World of Tanks.
Oh yeah.
Yep. And it's been several years, 3, 4. Anyway, what were you going to say?
Oh no, I was going to say you're right about that Call of Duty. That Modern Warfare was about the last one that I played. I did get the Black Ops 2 on Steam on the PC just so I could get the zombies maps for it. I think they had some deal where if you bought one, you got one free or something. If you bought one of those Call of Duty games, they threw the zombie maps in on it, or it was like you could get them all for $10. So that was the only one that I played recently. So yeah, Black Ops or Black Ops 2, I think. But I'm kind of out of the Call of Duty games. That, and I used to play the heck out of Battlefield, and I got out of that one too. There were so many people that were glitching in that. I mean, you couldn't do anything. It was impossible. Even if you tried to use, real strategy and teamwork, you'd still get smoked. I mean, it was ridiculous. Because the guys would be running mods where it would let them shoot through rocks basically and hit you on the other side of the mountain,
Well, see, here's the thing though. Games like Call of Duty or Battlefield, they weren't set up as a strategic game. It was basically run and gun.
If you had teams, if you went in with a squad, if you had 5 or 6 friends and you had a plan and you knew the map, you could do some serious damage because you could use some strategy the way that you would go in on people and how you'd flush people out. I mean, but you'd have to have that team or that squad, it's my friends and I, when we play on Destiny, we'll get 8 of us together and we'll go in and do the Nightfall missions. And, if everybody knows what they're doing, everybody kind of has their part, you actually win. But if you're not in that kind of a situation, which is probably the majority of the players out there, it is frustrating, and it is just run and gun basically. It's who can kill who first, and then go hide and heal kind of crap. So,
yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we have ran this thing for almost 2 hours. And I
Dang,
am
you guys
about
started
to.
early.
No, we started at 8 o'clock.
Normal
Just like
time.
we
Normal
always
time.
do.
Well, I'm usually not doing this at this time anyway, but I saw you guys on. I had to interrupt.
You can
good.
interrupt anytime you want to.
Thanks, man.
You-
Appreciate it.
We're trying to open up a line of communication with the Travi, so at every chance we get,
We're willing to sit down and
have
talk,
to.
but you just have to agree to our terms. I mean, that's just pretty much how it
It's,
goes, you know.
that's
It's
you're
just
going to agree with our terms,
no,
or
it's
it's
better
just
for
going to
you if you
be.
just do what we tell you to. I don't understand why you insist on arguing. It's not
We're
even
not
worth
going
it.
to do what you tell us
It's
to do
not
because
worth
what you're
it.
telling us to do is you're idiots.
Nah.
That would be like the blind leading the blind.
Well, I mean, I am,
Follow us
but
to
you
your
know.
doom. Hello, we are the Travi. We are going to get you destroyed. Even if you do what we tell you to do, we're still going to get you
No,
destroyed.
if you agree to our terms, we'll be merciful. We'll let you live for a while.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, and Travi.
Yep. All right.
Ladies, gentlemen, and Travi. We are calling this thing dead. We have killed it. We have destroyed it for this night. It is a dead horse, and we are making deader.
It is an inseminated donkey.
It is
it
a
is.
Chris Vector.
And fuck you, Grim. And Travis is the one who inseminated the donkey. I'm not going to tell you how.
Use
But
your
he
Chris
definitely
Vector.
did it.
Wow. Is he Dr. Leopold?
Travis, you got anything to plug, buddy?
Just a donkey with your Vector. No, guys, you can check out Caliber Corner on Saturdays at 8 a.m.
Asshole.
Over on YouTube. Love you too, bud. And check out my channel, Travis P11. And that's it. Still trying to decide the fate of my second channel, so I'll have some more news about that here eventually. So, yeah.
Well, we can't wait. We can't get enough of the Travi.
Appreciate
John
it,
Z, you got anything?
Yeah, sorry I wasn't too active. My computer started to freeze up in the middle somewhere. Thanks for the invite. Glad to be here. Thank you everybody for joining us this evening.
And we thank you for being here, John Z. Grim, speaking of dead men.
Thanks for the invite. And again, everyone out there, and let everyone else know, and your other halves know, let's get some more of those names on that the ATF form. Let's let them know that we're out here, and go to the GOA, just come up with something, but just be that voice. Don't become complacent. And the last thing, help the guys that aren't to 100 yet. Let's help them at least get there, to at least pop open that. I believe it still helps them with the live broadcast, doesn't it? Getting to the 100.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You mean, no, it's the 1,000 subs? The 1,000 subs, is that what you're talking about?
No, I mean the where you get your URL still. Your personal URL.
Oh, I don't even, mine's been
personal
eligible.
URL.
I've never taken advantage of it, but yeah.
Oh. That's it.
Well,
All right,
I am now working on 150 subs, so I'm
Cool.
quite a bit away from 1,000. But I will get there eventually, thanks to my wonderful listeners.
Right on, man.
Got to keep growing.
Anyway,
Diverse
folks,
things,
remember to check out Gun Channels. It's free to anybody that wants to go over there, jump on, make yourself part of the family. We'd love to have you over on Gun Channels. There's a wealth of knowledge over there. Anything and any you want to talk about, they're pretty much willing to talk about. If you got questions about guns, firearms, magazines, ammunition, there is always somebody there that will give you good advice and is willing to help you out. And you can join the live lobby chats. You can actually join a hangout chat. We can get in a room. We can talk, chit chat, go back and forth. And it's not just all about guns. Yeah, it is called Gun Channels, but believe me, guns is actually not a whole lot of the major topics that we discuss. We talk about all sorts of things. But jump on over to Gun Channels, say hello. We'd love to have you. And everybody have a good night. We will see you all later. Oh, hit or miss Tuesday nights at 9. I got to pay the bills. I have to plug Night Shot Show. Y'all have a good night.
There you go.
Here's the thing.
Here's your sign.